Danelo Cavalcante, where are you? As you know, folks, I did a video down in Longwood Gardens a few days ago where they actually had him trapped
1,000 feet, turn right onto Marshall Road.
In Longwood Gardens. He escaped. He actually stole a milk truck
Turn
that
right
delivers
onto Marshall
milk.
Road.
So here's an interesting place here that I'm just going to pull in here. This is where the restaurant, Wilson's Restaurant, used to be. It doesn't look like it's abandoned because they have people parked here. Now, the van he stole has been left abandoned in outside a little sleepy village of Nantmeal. Let's go this way. And I think he wants us to turn right here.
Continue on Marshall Road for 3/4 of a mile.
Marshall Road. The village of Nantmeal is really close to me, actually, where I live. It's getting a little unnerving how close this guy's gotten. He was located on a Ring camera. He went and he visited a former workmate of his from years ago and tried to enlist his help. Well, that person was not home at the time and promptly turned over the footage to the police. And that's not very far from here. Later on, the police found the van. They didn't even know it was stolen at that time. The person didn't realize it was stolen. He left his keys in the van. I'm not sure who does that these days.
Mile, turn left onto Little Conestoga Road.
But anyway, he stole the van, drove all the way up to Phoenixville, tried to enlist the help of his friends. They weren't home. They found the van abandoned.
Turn left onto Little Conestoga Road.
In the little area of Nantmeal Village. We're going to go this way here.
Continue on Little Conestoga Road for 1 mile.
Little Conestoga Road. Now, a hooded figure was seen, or a person was seen, entering a cornfield up here just outside of Nantmeal Village, which seemed to match his description. The same area where the van was abandoned. I was here 2 nights ago when all that went down, and the cops swarmed to the area. In fact, we actually were. I had followed them. JLR Investigations was here. We followed the entourage. Ended up on a little road called Wind Hollow Road, down off of Nantmeal Road, and the police had to push us back. They said, "You got to get out of here," so we had to turn around and get out. And they set up a perimeter around a farm in that area, and they were there all night. Well, nothing became of that, and then they were out again last night, sort of setting up watches at intersections. But as of right now, they don't have an area cordoned off, an area where they think he may be. It could be in this entire area. So we're headed up to Nantmeal. I'm going to see if I can locate the area
In a 1/4 mile, turn right onto Fairview Road.
Where the van was. See, the sun is setting here at 7:04.
Turn right onto Fairview Road.
Nice church there. Okay, this is Fairview Road. We're going to take a right here. Again, it looks like he's moving at night.
Continue on Fairview Road for 5 miles.
Thought there was a police car there in that driveway. You can see how wooded this area is. This area has a lot of farms, much more than what we saw down in the Longwood Gardens area where he was and where the prison was located. A lot of open space, a lot of wooded areas, but also a lot of farms and cornfields. Oh, he would have had to go underneath the turnpike if he was heading in this direction. I have suspicions as to where he might be heading. I'm not going to say why or where or how, but I do believe he may be heading southwest. So we've came up from that area and we're sort of heading toward Nantmeal. That was the turnpike he just went underneath of. He would have had to have crossed underneath that. I doubt he's going to try to cross over it if he's going to head in this direction. Plenty of places for somebody to hide. There's probably a number of abandoned structures up here. I don't know where they all are. I don't know where there's a couple of them are. He's probably going to stick to the back roads and mostly the fields, not even the roads. Make his way through the cornfields. I see some deer over there. Plenty. This place is full of deer. We have lots of sheds, barns up here for anybody to hunker down during the day. The weather has not been so hot. Last week it was brutal. It was in the 90s, mid-90s. Today we're in the 80s, but it's very humid. We're going to be in the 80s all week with high humidity. Well, that's not going to break until Friday. This is Monday. I just want to see what kind of police presence there is up here at this time. Because like I said, they don't have a clear idea of what field he might be hiding in, and if he's in a barn or anything like that. They just don't know. They're just doing the best they can in such a large area. They have sort of a finite amount of resources, so, and the number of police officers that they have. So I feel for them. They're doing the best they can. Large fields over there. You can see I'll turn the camera around. You can see what we have over here. This is indicative of area, large fields. Tall corn. This is actually not corn here. Wooded areas. We got houses over here. Eventually he'll be caught. But I think it's going to take the help of the public. And all those structures up there where someone could hide. The police don't think he's made his way out of Pennsylvania unless he had help. That's what they're not sure of. If somebody had met him where he dropped that truck off and just picked him up and whisked him away. Now we're on 401 right there. Oh, we have a police officer here sitting at the corner here. And the phone wants us to go a little farther up. So we do see a police presence there. See, it's kind of raining earlier today. There's some fog over there. I don't know if you can make it out on the camera, but there's patches of fog, and it's probably only going to get worse at nightfall. A lot of corn over there. Look at all that fog over here. You can see it. You can see fog in front of us. Again, I don't know whether it's going to come up on the camera. This is Wind Hollow Road, folks. This is where we were last night. I'm going to turn down here. This is where we had the large police presence.
Head west on Wind Hollow Road toward Johns Road. Continue on Wind Hollow Road for 1 mile.
And we got to about this point, we had to turn around. So I'm going to turn around right here. I want to see if I can find a place where the van was abandoned. So we'll turn around here. You can see how dense the woods are over there. Dense and dark. And boy, this place was just jam-packed with cars. All the way up and down this road here. Now I understand the church up here has a number of law enforcement, I think maybe even tactical SWAT, parked there in the parking lot of the Nantmeal United Methodist Church. We'll see. At least they were there. I don't know if they're still there. There's a nice view there. You can see what it looks like over the valley there. He could be anywhere right in there. You just don't know. So far, I only saw one police car. I was in the parking lot of that church, and there were news crews just packing up, and all of a sudden, a number of police vehicles came flying down, 25 or 30 in a row, it seemed like. And they'd come flying down, so we knew something was up. So as soon as they cleared out, came out, some of the news crews came out behind me, and then there's another police officer there. And then JLR Investigates was right behind me. And they followed us all the way down to the Wind Hollow Road, and that's where we ended up. And he surrounded that whole farm there that we had passed where the police officer was on the corner.
Sharp right onto Nantmeal Road.
Now, we are coming into the little sleepy village of Nantmeal. Where is he?
Sharp right onto Nantmeal Road, then you will arrive at your destination.
No, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I want to try to go left. I don't know if we're going to be able to find the area where he had abandoned the van, but let's see.
You have arrived.
Okay, there's the church. There's the church. Looks like right now it says nobody there. There was a SWAT officers parked in there earlier. Like 5 or so SWAT trucks were parked in there. I'm going to go a little further down here. Another police officer comes down here. We see activity up there. Okay, Okay, this is the area where I believe he abandoned the van. Yeah, I see people pulling over here, so you can see. Okay, I see it. I'm going to pull here. And I don't want to go off the road necessarily, but okay, we're not going to leave the keys in the car, but we are going to set the hazards, and we're going to get out here. Bear with me as I get all my equipment to go with me here. Let me see some YouTubers here. Hey, how you doing?
There it is.
Yeah.
What? You were live here one.
Yeah, this is where you pulled the van. You see the tracks here. It wasn't in there, it was actually down here. There's a cornfield right there. Since they since towed the van away, of course, they put it on a flatbed. I can imagine him just hopping out, maybe heading down to that cornfield, making his way through the cornfield. See the tracks. Tracks end right here. So he parked this van right behind his barn. And where did he go? And I see it looks like some grass is pushed down there. I wonder if maybe they had to back up somehow to get rid of the van or get the van up on the flatbed. But it looks like that people have been walking in here. I'm sure they searched that area in there. You can see the grass all pushed down. Barn over there with the door open. We're getting a beautiful sunset here. But this is it. The police are concerned that he's going to try to jack another car. They're warning us here in Chester County, be vigilant, keep your doors locked, do not leave your keys in your car, don't give him a chance. He's not going to, well, I mean, like I say, he's not going to try to steal a car at a Wawa, for example. Somebody leaves their car running, which people tend to do at these convenience stores. Let me unlock it here. Looking around. Get back in the car here. Actually, it's not a good place for me to park. Let's turn my hazards off. Headlights on. And we'll skedaddle here. I don't have a high clearance vehicle, so I couldn't really pull off that edge of that road there, be in the weeds. You can see that's the cornfield down in there. edge of the cornfield there. Here we are at a stop sign. Another very large cornfield. Look, I'm going to turn here actually. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about, folks. I do believe he's probably making his way up through the cornfields, through the woods. Certainly not going to be on the road. Look at the corn over here. I can see that or not. We have some cows over here. You see all that pasture land over there. Look at that. We have a little bee hive over here. He wants to get himself some honey for a snack. He'll get stung, but it'd be worth it to him. More corn up here. He could be anywhere. Lots of corn. And it's high. Going to be harvested soon. And we're in trees here. It's getting dark, and hopefully the camera can pick this up. More corn. See that? Could he be in there? He very well could be. I had talked about the police, and they're doing the best they can. I really think they are. They're going above and beyond to accommodate us YouTubers. I was watching JLR stream. I believe it was last night. It was pouring rain here. Police officer. He was complaining that he couldn't find his umbrella. He left his umbrella, I guess, back at the hotel room. And the police officer walked up and handed him an umbrella because he wanted to keep his phone dry. He wanted to go outside. Maybe a viewer had, dropped the umbrella by, maybe gave it to the officer outside the perimeter. Look at that corn there. But they actually knocked on his window and gave him an umbrella. So kudos to the law enforcement. They really are great people, and they're doing the best they can. Some people are complaining, why isn't this guy called yet? Well, look at all this property. Look at all this. This guy has plenty of places to hide. Look at all that property over there. Boy, these people must be scared out of their minds, too. These people with these houses back here in the middle of nowhere. You can see I'm on a 2-lane highway, but I don't think I've passed anybody in a little while here. I need to be careful. While I'm driving here, I'm looking around, trying to focus the camera frontward, and then trying to drive at the same time. I ended up crossing over, to the other side of the road on occasion, so I got to watch what I'm doing here. But look at all that dense shrub there. So I really believe he's making his way. This is if he hasn't gotten help, if nobody had picked him up, drove away after he dropped the truck or the van. I had reports that the van had run out of gas. It hasn't been confirmed, or it was running out of gas. But why did he come here and drop it here in the middle of nowhere? Maybe it's because he knew he could, get travel under the cover of night and be relatively hidden in all this wooded area and corn. This is Coventryville Road here. We were just on Murray School Road. Okay, let's turn right here. I'm just going to drive around here. A neat kind of like maybe like an old stone house there. It looks like it was really old. Look how dark and scary this is here. I did bring my drones the other night. I have quite a few of them. And I knew that they were not going to enlist my help, but I felt I had to ask anyway. They have drones that they have contracted out a drone company, and what the officer said to me was they might interfere with their drones, and I can certainly understand that. And they had the chopper. At that time, they didn't have a chopper up, but they've been flying the chopper during the day. They had a chopper circling around Nantville during the day today. There's nothing going on now. I'm just driving, folks. I don't, as I said before in a previous video, all roads lead to somewhere. So we're just driving. Again, we have a house over here. Houses on my right. These people must be frightened. They're all the porch lights are on, and I don't blame them. We put our lights on. We almost never do that. We have lights that for the driveway and lawn, or architectural lights, lawn lights I call them, that come on automatically, but we also put our front light on, and we put our back deck light on too. We almost never do that, but I see everybody has their lights on here. I see a school up here. And we have a police officer sitting here. Okay, this is French Creek Elementary School. We have a barn there. It looks like the truck actually back there. That I think get a look at it from the side, back side. You really can't see from here, but that looks like the truck he stole. The same type of truck. Probably couldn't see that on the camera. We're going to go through this bridge here. I guess you could call it a one-lane bridge. Warwick County Park. Okay, Ridge Road. I think this is Route 23. So we're going to turn right here. Route 23. It should take us down to Route 100. And you can see over there, this car isn't very high, but it's all fields over there, overgrown fields. More corn over here. Coming up to Route 100 up here. So we'll Take a right and we'll go south. Police officer sitting over there to my left. I just saw him. Heck, I could probably blow through this red light. They wouldn't even care. They're not interested in traffic violations at this point. Where is he headed? I have my suspicions. I'm going to tell you why. Sorry for the camera angles, folks, but I'm just holding the camera in my hand as I drive. Don't do as I do. Pretty much driving with one hand on the wheel. Because I want to be able to move the camera around and show you the specific sites here. So Ludwig's Corner, actually look at them, they're testing their fire hoses. That's interesting. Nope, we're getting sprayed by the fire hoses. Thank you for the car wash. This is the where they have horse show here. This is the showgrounds here. They have dog shows and horse shows there. Would he wait outside of a 7-Eleven or a Wawa here, which we have plenty of them here, to steal somebody's car? If they leave the keys and leave the car running? I doubt it, because then the cops will be called immediately and they'd be after the car. I think, and this is what's so dangerous, I think that like he took that truck with the keys in it, he needs to take the vehicle without it being reported, which opens the possibility of having to kill somebody. Just take their vehicle so that the vehicle is not reported as stolen right away. And that's what's scary. The police do think he wants to take another vehicle. If he can do it, and if he can get away with it, an opportunity presents itself. Warning signs there, and there's been a lot of accidents on this highway. It's so windy, and people tend to drive at a high rate of speed. This is the Chester Springs area. Again, Little Nantmill Village is right between Ludwig's Corner, where you saw the fire hoses, the firemen testing their hoses there, in Elverson, which is a town that's to the north of it. And we just came through Chester Springs. We're still in Chester Springs, actually. This is a beautiful area here. We're lucky to be able to live out here. And it's normally quiet, but not as of lately. Coming into the small village of Eagle, Pennsylvania. Concert at Upland Farm on the 10th, yesterday. I wonder if they actually had it. I'm going to turn here. That's the Eagle right in front of us there. The little town of Eagle, I should say. I'm going to turn here. Marsh Creek State Park is up here. If I were to continue going straight on this road, we'd end up in Marsh Creek State Park. I did a video on that a while back. It used to be a little town called Milford Mills, and when they decided to put a giant lake here called Marsh Creek State Park, they flooded the town, raised like most of the buildings, and then so now Milford Mills is no more. Hopefully we have enough light on this camera, folks. I know the other night it was pitch dark. I was driving down toward Kennett Square. And it was raining that night too. We have a little bit of light in the sky, so I'm hoping that, it doesn't look so bad tonight. We're going to turn left here. We're going to go back on this little windy, dark road here. We're kind of south of where the search area was last night or the night before. But who knows where he is? He could be here. He could be in that field over there. Another windy road. This is this is like what many of these roads are here in this area. I'm going to take you up to I know one abandoned place that's up here, a little ways up the road here. This area right here see if I can shine my light on it here. Could he be in there? These are old abandoned greenhouses here. They've been abandoned for years. You can see the places for sale. I'm taking a bit of a chance sitting here like this. I don't know, might he be there? Of course, we're going to find a place to turn around, then we're going to head on home. So I just wanted to give you a quick view of the area. Maybe actually more than a quick view. I'm going to show you where the van was abandoned. wanted to show you what the officers were up against and you know, the scope of this area. Eventually, I do believe they'll catch them. But like I said, it's going to take probably more than just them. But we'll see. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to come back if something else happens. I'm sure we'll come back regardless of if something else happens. Maybe in a few nights I'll make another video, or in a few days. Folks, till then, stay safe, take care of yourselves. We'll see you in the next video.